Hello everyone. Today I thought I would show you another one of my favorite plant-based, low oil, totally vegan recipes. Excuse me. I'm very fond of cabbage, and so I'm always looking for new ways to cook it. And when I found this one, a couple years ago I guess it was, or maybe about 3, I was just delighted with the way it came out, and I've been making it off and on ever since. In this large skillet, it's a stainless steel cooking pan, I have a small onion chopped and 2 cloves of garlic. And to that, I'm going to add just a little bit of water, because remember, this is no oil, so I'm going to add just a little bit of water and swish it around a little bit. I've just kind of barely covered the bottom with a little water. I'll put the lid on and let that cook for a little bit till the onions are soft. It's just until they're translucent, so that'll just take a few minutes. And over here, I'm going to switch over here. Over here I have half a head of cabbage shredded, and as soon as the onions are translucent, the onion and garlic are translucent, I will add the cabbage and some tomato sauce, which I haven't opened yet, some green chilies, 4 ounces of green chilies, and some spices, cumin and oregano. Cumin and oregano. So here we have, let me see if I can show you here, oregano, cumin, the green chilies, and the tomato sauce. Now, after that has heated, I will stir in some frozen corn and adjust the spices, add a little salt and pepper, and then I'll mix in with it a can of drained black beans. Now, this makes up just beautifully. It'll take the cabbage about 10 minutes after I put it in to cook that to the right consistency. And I'm going to show you here a picture of the finished product. It's just beautiful and it's just delicious. This recipe is called Mexican Cabbage, and it comes from a book called The Happy Herbivore by Lindsay Nixon. And she has in here a lot of pictures. Not every recipe has a picture with it, but most of them do. And this one is very, very good. She has another book also, which I also recommend, and that's called The Everyday Happy Herbivore. And these are recipes that take only about 30 minutes to get from their raw product to the raw ingredients onto the table. 30 minutes or less. So I would highly recommend these 2 books if you're interested in plant-based cooking. And I'll show you here on this recipe, if I can get it into the camera here. I always annotate my recipes. I write right in the book. And I said here, this can be doubled. It's very good. And I used oregano. There's a choice here between oregano and marjoram, and I used oregano. So I'm going to give you the ingredients to this as a way of maybe even getting you interested in plant-based nutrition, and maybe in these couple of books. I think they're well worth it. And no, I have no connection with Lindsay Nixon. I just like a lot of the recipes in her books, and they're beautiful books. So it's a small onion and 2 cloves of garlic, 2 cloves of garlic, a medium head of cabbage sliced, an 8 ounces can of tomato sauce, a 4 ounce can of green chilies, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, a teaspoon of ground cumin, a half a teaspoon of oregano, a cup of frozen yellow corn, some salt and pepper, and 1 can of cooked black beans. And as I say again, it goes into this very colorful dish. This is a dish that I find delicious, whether it's right after you fix it, or refrigerate it and take it with you, or take it at room temperature into a picnic display. I've often taken it to family reunions and things like that held in the park, and it's always a hit. So whether it's hot or cold or in between, it's just great. I'll tell you a little trick that I do too with tomato paste. You know, often if you get tomato paste in the cans, your recipe may call for only 2 tablespoons of it, as this one does. So after I've opened it and used my 2 tablespoons, I put the rest of it in just a plain little sandwich bag. Twist it shut, put it in the refrigerator, and I have it ready for the next time. I don't waste it, and I can just cut this tip off, measure out 2 tablespoons again, or whatever my recipe calls for. It's a very convenient way to keep your tomato paste. So if you're a cabbage lover, as I am, I hope you try this and enjoy it as I do, and I'll see you tomorrow.